Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something today. Improving yourself doesn't happen overnight. It's not about some grand gesture or a sudden miracle. It's about the small steps, the choices you make every single day that shape who you are tomorrow. You see, life isn't about waiting for opportunity to knock. It's about becoming the kind of person opportunity wants to find. Every day is a chance to grow, to be better, and to step closer to the life you've always dreamed of. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to start with something that is absolutely crucial if you want to improve yourself day by day, and that is believing in yourself. Now, I don't just mean saying, yeah, I believe in myself, and then going about your day the same way you always do. I'm talking about the kind of belief that roots deep down in your soul, the kind that refuses to be shaken by failure, by doubt, by anyone telling you that you can't. Belief in yourself is the foundation of everything. You can have all the talent in the world, all the knowledge, all the opportunities lined up for you, but if you don't believe that you're capable, none of it will matter. You will stumble before you even get started, and life will pass you by while you sit there wondering, what if? I see it every day. People wait for someone else to validate them. They wait for someone to say, you can do this, or you're ready, you're good enough. And here's the thing, that validation will not always come. You cannot depend on others to give you the permission to chase your dreams. You have to give yourself that permission. You have to stand in front of the mirror, look yourself in the eye, and say, I can do this. I will do this. I deserve this. And then you must mean it. It's not enough to say it if you don't believe it in your heart. You have to live it. You have to carry that belief with you through every challenge, every setback, every person who tries to tell you no. Believing in yourself is not arrogance. It is not thinking you are better than anyone else. It's knowing your value, understanding your strengths, and being willing to work hard to overcome your weaknesses. It's telling yourself that your dreams are valid and that you have what it takes to achieve them, even when the world doubts you. Too many people sell themselves short. They compare themselves to others, think they aren't good enough. But let me tell you something. There's nobody in this world exactly like you. Nobody has your experiences, your voice, your heart, your mind. And if you don't believe in your uniqueness, no one else will see it either. Belief in yourself also gives you courage. It gives you the courage to take risks, to step outside of your comfort zone, and to pursue things that scare you. Because here's the truth, growth happens on the edge of fear. You will never grow by staying safe, by playing it small, by doing the same things you've always done. Belief is what propels you to walk into a room full of strangers and network when you feel shy. It's what pushes you to start that business even when you're scared of failing. It's what motivates you to keep practicing, keep learning, and keep improving even when progress is slow. Without belief, fear will always win, and fear will keep you stuck where you are. And let's be honest, setbacks are going to happen. Life is going to knock you down. But when you believe in yourself, setbacks don't defeat you, they teach you. They remind you that you are human, but they don't define you. The difference in people who succeed and people who give up is not that one group never fails. It's that the successful ones never stop believing in themselves when failure comes knocking. They take the lessons, adjust, and move forward with even more determination. I want you to understand something important. Believing in yourself is a daily practice. It's not something you achieve once and then check off your list. Every morning when you wake up, you have to reaffirm that belief. Every time you face a challenge, you have to remind yourself of your strength. Every time someone doubts you, you have to speak louder to yourself than the noise around you. This is how you grow day by day. You strengthen your belief muscle until it becomes unshakable. until it becomes the driving force behind every decision, every action, every step you take toward the life you want. Ladies and gentlemen, your belief in yourself is the first step on the journey of improvement. It is the spark that lights the fire of change, the energy that keeps you moving forward when things get tough, and the shield that protects you from negativity. Without belief, nothing else works. With belief, there is nothing you cannot achieve. You have to trust yourself, you have to honor yourself, and you have to commit to the idea that you are capable of greatness. So start today. Stand tall, hold your head high, and tell yourself, I can, I will, I am enough. Because the truth is, you've had that power inside of you all along. You just have to claim it and let it guide you day by day. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something about growth. If you want to improve yourself day by day, you have to embrace learning every single day. And I'm not talking about just school learning or reading a textbook. I'm talking about a mindset, a way of living where every moment is an opportunity to gain knowledge, to grow, and to become better than you were yesterday. The world is moving fast. Opportunities come and go like lightning. And the only way to keep up, the only way to make sure you're ready when life knocks on your door is to keep learning. You've got to be hungry for knowledge, hungry for understanding, and hungry for improvement. Too many people think they've learned enough. They think, I'm done. I know what I need to know. But let me tell you, the moment you stop learning, you start falling behind. Life is a classroom, and every day it is teaching you something. The question is, are you paying attention? Are you open to the lessons, or are you too proud to admit that you don't know everything? Even the most successful people on this planet, the ones you admire, are constantly learning. They read, they listen, they observe, they try new things, and they never stop growing. Embracing learning every day doesn't have to be complicated. It's about small steps that compound over time. It's reading 10 pages of a book a day, listening to a podcast that inspires you, learning a new skill, or even asking someone more experienced for advice. Every little bit adds up. Every small piece of knowledge is a brick in the foundation of your success. Don't underestimate the power of consistency. 10 minutes of learning every day might seem insignificant, but over a month, over a year, it transforms your mind. It changes your perspective. It changes what you believe is possible for yourself. And let's talk about mistakes, because learning and mistakes go hand in hand. Many people are afraid to try new things because they fear failing or looking foolish. But here's the truth: failure is one of the greatest teachers you will ever have. Every time you stumble, every time you get knocked down, there is a lesson in that experience. There is something to learn about yourself, about others, and about the world around you. The key is to pay attention, to reflect, and to adjust. Don't just go through life hoping things work out. Learn from your experiences. Learn from your failures. Learn from the people who have walked the path before you. This is how you grow every single day. Embracing learning also means being curious. Curiosity is the fuel for growth. Ask questions. Ask why. Oh, and what if? Don't accept things at face value. Challenge yourself to understand more deeply. Explore new ideas, new ways of thinking, and new perspectives. The more curious you are, the more doors open for you. Knowledge doesn't just give you power. It gives you freedom. It frees you from ignorance, from fear, from limitations you put on yourself. The more you know, the more confident you become, and the more you can take control of your life. Another thing I want you to understand is that learning is not just for career or business. It's for life. Learn about people. Learn about relationships. Learn about money. Learn about health. Learn about how to communicate better. Life is complicated, and the more you understand it, the better equipped you are to navigate it successfully. When you commit to learning every day, you are investing in yourself in a way that nothing else can replace. You are building a mind that is adaptable, resourceful, and ready for whatever life throws at you. And here's the secret that many people miss: learning is not just about accumulating facts. It's about transformation. It's about taking what you learn and putting it into action. Knowledge without action is wasted potential. You can read all the books in the world, watch all the videos, listen to all the mentors, but if you don't apply what you learn, you're not improving. Every lesson you take in, you must practice, implement, and live. That is how you grow day by day, step by step. Ladies and gentlemen, when you embrace learning every day, you are choosing growth over comfort. You are saying yes to possibility, yes to opportunity, and yes to becoming the best version of yourself. You are giving yourself the tools to handle life's challenges, the wisdom to make better decisions, and the confidence to pursue your dreams without fear. Remember, growth is a journey, and learning is the engine that drives that journey forward. Every day is a chance to learn something new, to challenge yourself, and to move closer to the life you deserve. Don't waste a single day. Commit to learning, commit to growing, and watch how your life changes day by day. Ladies and gentlemen, now let's talk about something that separates successful people from those who stay stuck, and that is taking full responsibility for your actions. I mean, really owning your life. See, so many people go through life blaming everything and everyone else for where they are. They blame their parents, their teachers, their boss, the economy, their friends, even the weather sometimes. And they wonder why nothing changes. Let me tell you something. When you spend your life pointing fingers, you give away your power. You give away the one thing that can truly change your life: accountability. Taking responsibility is about understanding that your life is in your hands. If you want something different, you have to do something different. It's not the circumstances that hold you back, it's how you respond to them. You can't control everything that happens, but you can control how you react. You can't choose the cards you're dealt, but you can decide how to play them. And when you stop blaming the world and start blaming yourself, don't get me wrong, I don't mean beating yourself up, but recognizing your role in your life, you become unstoppable because now you are in charge. You see, accountability gives you power. It's the moment you stop saying, "They didn't give me a chance," and start saying, "I will make my own chance." It's the moment you stop saying, "Life isn't fair," and start saying, "I'm going to figure out how to win anyway." When you take responsibility, you stop waiting for someone else to fix things for you. You stop waiting for life to hand you what you want. You take the wheel and you drive your own destiny. And here's the thing, responsibility is not easy. It's easier to blame, to make excuses, to point fingers. It's easier to stay comfortable in your misery than to own up to your choices and their consequences. But nothing worthwhile is ever easy. Every successful person you know took responsibility for their life. They accepted that mistakes happen, that failures happen, and that life is full of challenges. But they also accepted that they are responsible for how they respond, for the effort they put in, and for the results they create. When you take responsibility, you also stop learning from your mistakes. When you stop blaming, you start reflecting. You see what went wrong, and you figure out how to do better next time. Every failure becomes a lesson, every setback becomes a stepping stone, and every difficulty becomes an opportunity to grow stronger. But if you keep blaming, you keep staying stuck, and nothing changes. Accountability turns every challenge into a teacher. It turns every problem into a chance to get better. And let me tell you something else. Responsibility creates respect. People respect those who own their lives. People respect those who don't make excuses. When you stand tall and say, "I messed up, but I'm going to fix it," the world notices. And more importantly, you respect yourself. You gain confidence because you know that no matter what happens, you can handle it because you are in control. Ladies and gentlemen, the truth is no one owes you anything. Life isn't fair. Doors won't open just because you want them to. But when you take full responsibility for your actions, you gain freedom. Freedom to make choices. Freedom to create the life you want. Freedom to grow day by day. Stop blaming, stop waiting, and start owning your life. Every choice you make, every action you take, it's yours. And when you own it, you change your life. You become the kind of person who doesn't wait for opportunity. You create it. You become the kind of person who doesn't complain. You conquers. And that, my friends, is how real growth happens. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about something that is absolutely essential if you want to improve yourself day by day, and that is discipline. Now, I know when some of you hear the word discipline, you might think it's about being harsh, strict, or boring. But let me tell you something, discipline is freedom. Discipline is the thing that gives you control over your life. It's what separates people who dream from people who achieve. You see, talent can only take you so far. Motivation can only carry you for a little while. But discipline, that's what keeps you going when motivation fades. Discipline is what makes ordinary people extraordinary. Building discipline starts with small, consistent actions. It's not about making huge changes overnight. It's about showing up for yourself every day, even when you don't feel like it. Wake up early. Set goals and stick to them. Do the work when nobody is watching. The little things you do consistently are what compound over time. Think about it like this. Every time you choose to do the right thing, every time you push yourself instead of giving in to comfort, you're building a muscle. And like any muscle, the more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Eventually, discipline becomes second nature, and you won't even have to think about it. It just happens. Here's the truth. Life is full of distractions. Social media, people who drain your energy, the temptation to procrastinate, the excuses that creep into your mind. Discipline is what keeps you focused despite all of that. You have to decide what you want, more comfort now or success later. Most people choose comfort, and that's why they stay stuck. But when you choose discipline, you choose long-term growth over temporary pleasure. You choose progress over excuses. And I promise you, the results are worth it. Every time you resist that temptation, every time you push through when it's hard, you're getting stronger, smarter, and closer to your goals. Discipline also builds character. When you commit to doing what's right, even when it's difficult, you develop integrity, patience, and resilience. People notice that. They respect that. And more importantly, you respect yourself. You gain confidence because you know that no matter how challenging life gets, you have the inner strength to stay consistent, to stay on track, and to keep moving forward. Discipline isn't just about work. It's about how you handle yourself in every area of life, your health, your relationships, your finances, your personal growth. One of the keys to building discipline is creating habits. Habits are like automatic behaviors that don't require constant willpower. When you make positive actions a habit, waking up early, exercising, reading, planning your day, sticking to your commitments, discipline becomes easier. You don't have to force yourself. It becomes part of your identity. You start seeing yourself as someone who does what they say they will do, and that mindset alone propels you forward. Remember, small habits repeated consistently lead to massive results over time. And let me tell you something else. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is self-respect. It's understanding that you owe it to yourself to grow, to improve, and to reach your potential. It's showing up for your own dreams when nobody else is pushing you. Most people quit because it's hard, because it's uncomfortable. But that's exactly why discipline matters. It keeps you moving when everyone else has stopped. It's the difference between talking about what you want and actually achieving it. Discipline also teaches you patience. You start to realize that success doesn't happen overnight. It's the small daily actions that add up. It's the consistent effort that moves you closer to your goals. You learn to trust the process, to stay committed even when results aren't immediate, and to celebrate progress, not perfection. The more disciplined you become, the more control you have over your future. You stop leaving things to chance, and you start designing your life with intention. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to improve yourself day by day, you must build discipline. Wake up early, work hard, stay consistent, create good habits, resist temptation, and push yourself when it's uncomfortable. Discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up every day, doing the work, and staying committed to your own growth. It's the foundation of success, the backbone of achievement, and the key to unlocking your full potential. When you make discipline a part of who you are, there's nothing you can't